Okay, now let us solve the extension of factor theorem. So remember the theorem, if p of x is a polynomial and p of c is 0, then x minus c is a factor of p of x. Or the restatement, if p of x is a polynomial and x minus c is a factor of p of x, then p of c is equal to 0. So let us solve activity 1. Find the value of k so that this polynomial, when divided by x plus 1, is exactly divisible. What does that mean? Walang remainder. Anong ibig sabihin? We are going to determine the value of k so that x plus 1 is a factor. No? So, x plus 1 is a factor of this polynomial. So, tingnan natin kung ano yung value ng k in that sense. Since x plus 1 is a factor, then our assumption is p of c is equal to 0. In this case, our c is negative 1. So, dapat p of negative 1 is equal to 0. So, given our p of x, so our p of x is negative 2x raised to 100 minus 3kx raised to 51 plus kx raised to 9 minus 12. If we are going to substitute negative 1 to x, then we have negative 2 times 1 raised to 100 minus 3k times 1, rather, negative 1 pala yun, negative 1 raised to 51 plus k times negative 1 raised to 9 minus 12. In this case, the remainder should be equal to 0. Okay, now let's simplify. So, negative 1 raised to 100 is 1, positive 1 times negative 2. Then, minus 3k times negative 1 raised to 51 is negative 1 plus k times negative 1 raised to 9 is negative 1 minus 12. And this should be equal to 0. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Negative 3k times negative 1 is positive 3k. K times negative 1 is negative k. Minus 12 is equal to 0. So let us simplify the left side. So 3k minus k is 2k. Negative 2 plus negative 12 is negative 14 equals 0. So by APE, so we have 2k is equal to 14. Since 2k is equal to 14, if you're going to divide both sides by 2, then k is equal to 7. That's it. So therefore, the value of k should be 7, so that x plus 1 is a factor of the polynomial. Now, let us go to number 2. So for what value of k is x minus 4 a factor of 2x cubed plus kx squared minus 17x minus k? Now, in this particular problem, I'm going to use synthetic division so that you will have another option. So, using synthetic division, let us list down the coefficients. So, we have 2k, negative 17, negative k. Remember, if there is a missing term, lalagyan ng 0. Since walang missing term, so ito lang yon. Then, our factor is x minus 4. So, the synthetic divisor is positive 4. So, ilalagay natin dito ng 4. Since x minus 4 is a factor, that means there is no remainder. The remainder is 0. So, maglagay na tayo ng 0 dito sa remainder. So, using synthetic division, bring down 2 times 4 is 8. Since we cannot add this, so just write k plus 8. So, k times 4 is 4k. Then, 8 times 4 is positive 32. So, let's add. Ito ang ma-add natin, yung parehong constant. So, just copy 4k. Negative 17 plus 32 would be 15. Positive 15. Then, 4k times 4 is 16k. And then, 15 times 4 is positive 60. Now, simplifying this, so, pansinin ito ha, pansinin. Pag inad ko itong dalawa, the sum should be 0. So, adding this, we have negative k plus 16k plus 60 equals 0. So, we have negative k plus 16k, remove the parentheses, then simplify. So, this is 15k, apply APE, so this is negative 60, divide both sides by 15, cancel to. So, k is equal to negative 60 divided by 15. that would be negative 4. So therefore, k equals negative 4. That's simple. Okay, now let us try to answer number 3. In this case, there are two unknown coefficients in the given polynomial. Okay, so tingnan natin. Find the values of a and b if 2x cubed minus ax squared plus bx plus 6 is exactly divisible by x minus 3. That means x minus 3 is a factor and is also exactly divisible by x minus 2. So x minus 2 is also a factor. Okay, so we can use remainder theorem or we can use synthetic divisor. It's up to you kung anong mas gusto nyong gamitin. No? Okay. Now, I'm going to show you remainder theorem. Mag-remainder theorem muna tayo or mag-factor theorem. So, using factor theorem, so P of C should be equal to 0. So, ano yung synthetic divisor natin? So, dalawa kasi yung kino-consider natin na divisor. First is x minus 3. So, at x minus 3, c equals 3. So, let's do substitution. So, we have p of 3 equals 2 times 3 raised to 3 minus a times 3 raised to 2 plus b times 3 plus 6. In this case, the remainder should be equal to 0. Now, simplifying it, we have 2 times 3 raised to 3 is 27, minus a times 3 squared is 9, plus this is 3b, plus 6 equals 0. So, 2 times 27 is 54, minus 9a, plus 3b, plus 6 equals 0. Simplifying this, so we have negative 9a, plus 3b, then 54 plus 6 is 60 equals 0. I think we can divide all the coefficients by 3. So, mag-divide tayo by 3 just to simplify the coefficient. So, this is negative 3a plus b plus 20 is equal to 0. Pag nilipat natin ito, so we have negative 3a plus b equals negative 20. So, let this be equation number 1. Okay. Now, punta tayo sa pangalawang factor, x minus 2. So, at x minus 2, the synthetic divisor is 2. So, let's substitute p of 2 is equal to 2 times 2 raised to 3 minus a times 2 raised to 2 plus b times 2 plus 6 equals 0. So, kasi ang remainder dapat ay 0. Simplifying this, we have 2 times 2 raised to 3 is 8 minus a times 2 squared is 4 plus 2b plus 6 equals 0. So, this is 16. Tanggalin natin to. Minus 4a plus 2b plus 6 equals 0. Simplifying this, we have negative 4a plus 2b. 16 plus 6 is 22 equals 0. So, we have coefficients that are divisible by 2. So, i-divide natin lahat by 2. So, we have negative 2a plus b plus 11 equals 0. So, applying APE, so ilipat natin to. So, negative 2a plus b is equal to negative 11. Let this be equation number 2. So, ang susunod natin na gagawin is solve for a and b using elimination. So, by elimination. Okay? So, I have the equation 1, negative 3a plus b equals negative 20. And the equation 2, negative 2a plus b equals negative 11. Okay, now, let's try to eliminate b. No? Mas madali kasi mag-eliminate pag magkaiba ng sign yan. So, mag-multiply tayo ng negative 1 sa second equation. So, the first equation is negative 3a plus b equals negative 20. Multiplying the second equation by negative 1, so we have positive 2a, negative b, and positive 11. So, let's eliminate by addition. Cancel to. Negative 3a plus 2a is negative a equals negative 20 plus 11 is negative 9. Dividing both sides by negative 1, so we have a is equal to positive 9. So, may value na tayo ng a. Now, let's try to solve for b. We can use equation 1 or equation 2. It's up to you. No? Anong mas madaling gamitin? Let's try to use equation 1. So, from equation 1, we have negative 3a plus b equals negative 20. So, this is negative 3 times 9 plus b equals negative 20. So, this is negative 27 plus b equals negative 20. Okay, lalagay ko lang dito. So, negative 27 plus b equals negative 20. Applying the APE, so we have b equals negative 20 plus 27. So, therefore, the value of b is 7. So, therefore, b equals 7 and a equals 9. So, therefore, if a equals 7, if a equals 9 and b equals 7, then the polynomial is 2x cubed minus 9x squared plus 7x plus 6. This is the polynomial, and these are the values of a and b. That is using remainder theorem or factor theorem. Now, what if we are going to use synthetic division? Paano kaya yon? Ganito lang. Okay. So, by synthetic division, so ilista natin yung coefficients. So, we have 2, negative a, positive b, positive 6. And we have two factors, x minus 3 and negative 2. So, ang factors natin ay x minus 3 and x minus 2. So, anong gagawin natin? Ganito lang yan. Pwede nating isa-isahin, no? Or, we can multiply the 2. So, we have x minus 3 times x minus 2. Since pareho naman silang factor. Kung ayaw nyo naman, pwede yung isa-isahin, no? Yung 3 muna, tapos yung 2 muna. Okay, o sige, anong mas gusto nyo gawin? Isa-isa? O sige, isa-isahin natin. Okay, so yung una ay at x minus 3. In this case, our synthetic divisor is 3. So maglagay tayo ng 3 dito. So remember, since factor yung x minus 3, ibig sabihin, the remainder should be 0. So 2 times 3 is 6. Ito ay negative a plus 6. Let's multiply. Negative 3a plus 18. Let's add. This is negative 3a plus b plus 18. Tapos ito, multiply natin doon. It's negative 9a plus 3b plus 54. Okay? Then, kukunin natin itong equation na to. That is 6 plus negative 9a plus 3b plus 54 equals 0. So, we have negative 9a plus 3b plus 60 equals 0. Simplifying this by dividing by 3. So, we have negative 3a plus b plus 20 equals 0. And then, applying APE, we have negative 3a plus b equals negative 20. Let this be equation number 1. Okay. Then, yung isa naman, yung x minus 2. No? So, sa x minus 2 naman, so we still have 2, negative a, b, 6. Tapos, at x minus 2, our synthetic divisor is 2. So, 2 ito. Dahil factor yon, so 0 sa ilalim. Bring down 2. 2 times 2 is 4. This is negative a plus 4. Pag tinimes sa 2, that's negative 2a plus 8. Then add, that's negative 2a plus b plus 8. Multiply, that's negative 4a plus 2b plus 16. Let's add this one. That's 6 plus negative 4a plus 2b plus 16 equals the remainder 0. So simplifying this, we have negative 4a plus 2b. 16 plus 6 is 22 equals 0. We can divide the coefficients by 2. So we have negative 2a plus b plus 11 equals 0. Applying APE, so we have negative 2a plus b equals negative 11. Let us be equation number 2. O, pansinin nyo ha. Yung equation 1 ko na negative 3a plus b equals negative 20 and the equation 2 ko na negative 2a plus b equals negative 11 are the same doon sa equation na na-form natin in the previous solution. Ito yung previous solution. Negative 3a plus b equals negative 20 and negative 2a plus b equals negative 11. So, after nyo na ma-form yung equation, use elimination. Babalikan mo lang yung ginawa natin during the elimination method. Okay, so that's one way by synthetic division. I'm going to give you another method. No? Ano yung isang method? The other method is still by synthetic division. This is method 3. Pero ang gagawin natin is we will multiply this. Since pareho silang factor, pag minultiply ko yan, that would be x squared minus 2x minus 3x plus 6. That would be x squared minus 5x plus 6. Then there should also be a factor of the given polynomial p of x. Dapat factor din yan. No? So let's use synthetic division. So isulat natin yung coefficient. 2, negative a, b, positive 6. Since ito ay quadratic, then kunin ko yung dalawang synthetic divisor dito ay positive 5, dito naman ay negative 6. Okay. Then let's do synthetic division, extended synthetic division. So bring down 2, ang remainder ay 0 dapat, no? So 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. So adding this, we have negative a plus 10. Multiply again. Negative a plus 10 times 5. So negative a times 5, that's negative 5a. Plus 10 times 5 is 50. The other one, negative a times negative 6 is positive 6a. 10 times negative 6 is negative 60. Ito, pag in-add ko, hindi ko na i-multiply kasi wala na tayong column doon. That means, ito ay part na ng remainder. The remainder should be 0. Dapat 0 ito, dapat 0 din to. So, ito yung equation na gagamitin ko. Ito, and this one. So, pag in-add ko to, that should be 0. So, b plus negative 12 plus negative 5a plus 50 equals 0. And the other one, 6 plus 6a minus 60 equals 0. Ito muna yung solve ko kasi kasi a na lang yung variable dito. So we have 6a, negative 6 plus 60 is negative 54 equals 0. Applying APE, 6a equals 54. Dividing both sides by 6, a equals 9. So yun na yung value ng a9. Now, balikan natin yung isang equations. May value na tayo ng a, that's 9. So b minus 12 minus 5. Ang a natin ay positive 9 plus 50 equals 0. Let's solve for b. So b minus 12 minus 45 plus 50 equals 0. Let's simplify this. So b minus 12, ito ay negative 45 plus 50. That would be positive 5 equals 0. Simplifying this, that's negative 12 plus 5. That's negative 7 equals 0. Applying APE, then b equals 7. So that's another method. Mas mabilis. Good luck!